Wednesday, September the 8th. Have you seen Finance Minister Gon Jatikawenit's Facebook posting, the latest one, sort of attacking the banks for overcharging customers for services rendered by banks?
Yes, I've seen it. Actually, this is a two-in-one story.
What do you mean, two-in-one?
First, we have the foreign minister, the finance minister attacking bankers on his Facebook.
Right.
The second story is about the finance minister using the social media to communicate directly with the Thai public.
That's right.
This is very unheard of. It's unprecedented. Never happened before.
Never happened before, and I think the finance minister is trying to show that he can ignore reporters, ignore the media, or the conventional media. He is now using social media to tell the public that he is concerned about their welfare.
Yes, essentially he said that the bank fees being charged the customer through the ATM machines are way too high.
Compared to income that the banks have been getting from charging interest on loans. It seems that in fact, it shows a chart.
It shows a chart. Is the income from the fees charged through the ATM machines are rising very steadily. And he even wrote that one day banks will not have ever give loans ever again.
But you don't need to give loans.
You don't need to give loan to do the business ever again. Because this is he said the K Bank in particular, the income from this amounted to more than 20% last year, and then this year it is projected to be almost 50%.
Well, I think the bankers are meeting him, the finance minister, tomorrow on Thursday to discuss this issue. I expect some heated exchange, although maybe in closed door, because there would not be an open confrontation. Bankers would never argue with the finance minister.
Yes, and this is it's very interesting because the bankers have not communicate to the public.
No, they don't know how to use social media.
We haven't known that side of the story, why they have to charge us so much. But Kun Gon is saying that this is way too much. So we have to say we have to see what the bank have to say tomorrow.
Well, you cannot go to a bank's website and get reaction, because banks do not have that kind of sophisticated social media experience yet.
Yes, Kun Gon in this case had a good head start. Because almost 1,000 people clicked like on his webpage, which means that maybe the number of people who has read the posting could be maybe tens of thousands, maybe. And also it generated a lot of comments, more than 300 comments on this issue alone on Gon's Facebook.
And I think Gon will be able to win the hearts of a lot of consumers this way.
Yes, this is a very a big issue for consumers.
That's right, because consumers may not have noticed it. Well, they have taken note of the fact that the fees have gone up when you go to ATM machine, when you transfer money. But for the first time, and coming from the finance minister himself, the consumers now know that, my God, you know, the fee has gone up 30%, 40%, 50% in the short period of, say, 6 months or a year.
It has become a big sort of income from for banks, and we have known that the way they place each ATM machine is a really highly strategic issue for banks now. They have to choose the location, they have to calculate all this. They take into account the income from the fees in their placement of the ATM machines.
So there are two issues here. One issue is that the finance minister is telling the banks that they are taking advantage of consumers. And the second issue is that the finance minister is using social media to communicate directly with consumers without going through the normal conventional media. Now, what do banks do? And what do conventional mass media do will be very interesting indeed.